Earlier this week, O'Leary Digital, which boasts Shark Tank star and venture capitalist Kevin O'Leary as its chairman, announced a pair of projects it says will meet the accelerating demand for artificial intelligence and hyperscale cloud infrastructure. Kevin O'Leary joins me now with more. Kevin, great to see you this morning, joining us down in Miami. How's it going?
Great, thank you very much.
Yes, thanks so much for joining us. Now, your firm announced the formation of a joint venture with WestGenco to advance development of Wonder Valley, Utah. What is this going to involve?
The challenge we have today, regardless of what digital ecosphere you deal with, whether it's crypto or AI or cloud compute, is we have no power anymore on the grid. We are tapped out. The demand right now, just in U.S. domestic, is for another 93 gigawatts. We haven't added anything in the last 18 months. The Chinese have added 511 gigawatts, the majority of that going to AI compute. We don't have any. So most of these projects, including the one I announced along with the team in Utah, is around building power first. 1.4 gigs to start, and that'll provide 1 gig of compute power in terms of a facility. But the way we build these is we build them in stages. So we're looking for large tracts of lands that we can permit, that have the water, have the fiber, have everything we need. And you have to find the right leadership in a state to do that. So in this case, 3 different senators and Governor Cox, we're all working together to make this happen. It's complex, but this facility staged at the beginning about 7.5 gigawatts compute, could go as high as 13. And so it's a multi-year, multi-billion-dollar investment. And Utah was not until this considered an opportunistic site, but they have what's most important, low-cost gas. And now we have the land, and I think we're going to do something very special in Utah.
You also announced that permitting is underway for Wonder Valley, Alberta. What is your goal with these 2 projects?
Same situation. What we do at O'Leary Digital is search in North America and internationally. We have, I'm an investor in facilities in Norway and Greenland. It's all about the cost of power. If we can get power at less than 6 cents a kilowatt hour, that's very attractive to most digital economies. And so where are you going to find the cheapest power? Well, we found it in Alberta. They have 6 trillion cubes of stranded natural gas. That's huge. And we have a great gas source in Utah and a pipeline there. So really, you've got to start with the power first. If you think about the way this develops is if you have no power, you have nothing. And so I'm going to predict and tell you something. Over the last, 3 years, so many data center sites have been announced, but less than half of them will ever be built because the contemplation at the time was they would attach to the power grid, the existing grid. There's no power left on the grid. And if you do attach to it, you cause the rates to go up in the local community up to 30%, the hospital, the library, the residents. The chance of that happening now is you've seen the political kickback. The blowback's been brutal. The chance of you attaching to the grid for a significant data center is 0. So you better come with your own power, as we did in Utah, as we're doing in Alberta, same thing. And we will develop other sites the same way. It's a whole new mindset. But it's really about what the state can bring to the table. I mean, we can obviously tap the financial markets, but it's a competition. So Utah, the ball is in their court, and I think the senators and governors know that. We need as many incentives as we can get to drive this process through.
Kevin, you recently spoke at the World Liberty Forum. I'm guessing that's why you're down there in Florida this morning. What were your biggest takeaways from this event, especially as it relates to digital assets here in the new year?
Well, there were the 2 main topics of that gathering, which was quite impressive. I mean, pretty well every banker and every leader of the crypto universe, they were all together in one place. And so think about 2 stacks that they were concerned about. Number 1, and we talked about already, power. Can't do any of this without power, so we talked a lot about power, where it's going to come from next. But the other issue, which hopefully may be moving in the next 48 hours in a positive direction, is that of the Stability or Clarity Act that finally solves forever, the issue around, is Bitcoin a commodity or security, or can you do interest on stable coins? So I understand, through my contacts in Washington, there's a meeting going to happen at the White House to try and move this clarity Act onwards. We really need that. And that's one of the reasons you've seen the price of Bitcoin suffer so badly, is this ambiguity about when the rest of this law is going to be passed. Remember, we had a big success in 2020, in last year in 2025, when we got the Genius Act passed. So that made stablecoins legal tender, but it doesn't solve the whole problem. We need the Clarity Act now.
Kevin, our viewers certainly know you from O'Leary Ventures. They know you as a shark on Shark Tank. And now they know you, too, as an actor. You had your recent debut in film in Marty Supreme. That movie, of course, nominated for awards. What was it like to play that character?
Yeah, we're nominated for 9 Academy Awards, but who's counting? We'll all be there. I'm very excited about going to the Academy Awards. I'm hoping the movie wins at least 3, but we'll see. I'd never tried it before, and I think what's really important, and I tell all my CEOs and my students this, it's very important to step out of your comfort zone once in a while. That exercise is the most important muscle in your body, the brain. I'd never done this before. I'd never, memorized a script, and of course, I was very fortunate. I'm working across an A-lister: Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Academy-nominated director John Safdie, great writer Ronnie Bronstein. So it wasn't like I was starting at the low end of the totem pole with movie makers. So I was very fortunate. I had a great time. I've got the bug, and I'm telling you right now, I will play the bad guy in Bond. I'm starting my campaign now. I want that role. We need someone real evil, and I'm the guy.
That's a deep tease, Kevin. I hope you'll join us again. We got to hear more about that. We so appreciate you taking the time this morning to join us on NYSE Live. Kevin O'Leary, chairman of O'Leary Ventures.
Thank you very much.